that we may have not gone deep enough into the issue of Pan-Africanism and how that was very closely linked to the ideals that he stands for. One Namibian who's very serious about this matter goes by the name of Frans Koolike, and he now joins us to tell us more. Greetings, Frans, and thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to highlight the issue on Pan-Africanism.
Before we get into the particulars of Pan-Africanism and the role that Dr. Nujoma played regarding Pan-Africanism, talk to us about what this loss means for you and means for the people of Namibia.
I think really we are talking of the Republic of Namibia. For us to trace Comrade founding as a fountain of our statehood, as a country really, I think being someone who championed this revolution of liberation movement, of achieving independence, and not only in Namibia, it transcends. For now, the war that we are fighting now is for us to have a continent that is free. And I think that's really the area that I want to engage you on the issue of Pan-Africanism and how much of this legacy we can take forward to sustain the continent's prosperity.
Very well. Before we get into those particulars, there could be people tuned in who may not be well versed in Pan-Africanism and not too familiar with its fundamentals. So as we prepare to get into the role that Dr. Nujoma played regarding Pan-Africanism, talk to us about what the fundamentals are that underpin Pan-Africanism.
I think the key one is unity of the African people, unity of the African people, unity of the African economy. So these are the main that all this gathering that you see in Addis Ababa. The question is, how can we harmonize our trade? How can we harmonize the business? How can we harmonize our people? So this was the aim that people like Kwame Nkrumah stood for, and that was also the basis that we received this support, this solidarity during our heydays of liberation movement. Yeah, so it's to do with the unity of the continent.
How did Dr. Nujoma tangibly demonstrate the fundamentals of Pan-Africanism?
I think to crystallize the legacy of Comrade founding, for example, Namibia as a country, we were the one pioneering the African anthem. We sing African anthem in most of our occasions. It's because of that leadership, that decisive leadership, to say if we are serious about the continental vision, this is one of the contributions that he made. So all across national event, you have the AU national anthem being sung. I think we start like that. That is one of the projects that have sunk in the mind and heart of Namibians.
But certainly it needs to extend beyond only symbolism. How do we as Namibians, particularly younger Namibians, internalize those fundamentals so that we are able to practice them and live them?
I think the question of internalizing and live those values is very important. And it's still to do with our education. I see when you see our institutions, tertiary institutions, they are collaborative project. And I think that's one way also. And also when it comes to fee, you see African students, there is also a certain quota of how much they pay, not like international students from other continents. So there are those synergies that are being done to harmonize this project.
What do you believe we need to do, those surviving Dr. Nujoma, those of us who need to continue where he and other leaders left off, but particularly regarding Pan-Africanism? What must happen?
I think we really have to be serious with this project. Samara Machel would say, for a nation to develop, tribe must die. So ultimately, we must have the tribe that we call African tribe. And that is the ideal of, once we achieve the ultimate aim of the Pan-Africanism, we would have the tribe, African tribe.
Do you believe it's possible during our generation? Is it a goal that's attainable?
Yeah, they say it's a building block. We have to build that block as we go on, and we must live. It's a step forward always in the journey. So it's not possible running like a marathon, but building step by step, you could go far.
Any final thoughts, Frans?
I think as we prepare ourselves to bid farewell to this revolutionary man, this revolutionary figure, this revolutionary giant of our continent, there's a lot that we can get from the spirit of founding father, Comrade Nujoma. And this question of Pan-Africanism is serious. If we could engage ourselves in this project, trying to do whatever we do, we work towards achieving the continental project, integration of the African economy. That will be a very good thing, since he was the last standing man of that era. So I think let's honor him and have in mind the idea of African unity. Yeah.
Thank you for your time and thank you for sharing those insights, Frans.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That was Frans Koolike talking to us about the fundamentals of Pan-Africanism, talking to us about the manner in which Dr. Nujoma contributed to Pan-Africanism, but also the responsibility that vests in us to ensure that its ideals relating to particularly unity will be accomplished in our lifetime.